you guys buyers on dips if these companies, the stocks go down this week? Because that's a central question right now to, whether there's going to be enough support around the names that have pulled back, of late in the last week or so. As the stocks have come in, dip buyers are going to save the day. They've done it the last couple of days. They've certainly picked up a number of these names, NVIDIA included. Right. Let's just say Meta goes down. Are you buying that dip?
Meta goes down, would buy the dip. Alphabet goes down, would buy the dip. Microsoft goes down, would buy the dip.
What about you, Weiss?
First of all, they're all my biggest positions, those three.
Yeah.
If they went down substantially, I'd upsize for a trade. But since I'm full in those positions, not looking to add exposure, I mean, they're pretty significant. If I didn't have a full position in it, I absolutely would buy the dip, particularly on Meta and Google, because I believe that they're cheap relative to the market, relative to their growth rate. I'd say Microsoft's fairly valued at this level, but nonetheless.
Well, it's fairly valued. I mean, the multiples come in. We said.
Yeah, it has, but I love them all as a point. Right, and if I weren't full, I'd buy the dip.
Statistically, Microsoft really matters. Let's not pretend it doesn't. It's a $3 trillion company. It's the largest company in the S&P 500. No, I know you didn't say that. It's the largest company in the S&P 500.
Yeah.
And if the second largest, Apple, is going to stumble like we think, well, we better get something good from Microsoft.
Yeah, no, I think people would agree with that. Bryn, I'll get you the same question, this idea of buying the dip. If you have an opportunity to add to these positions on pullbacks, would you do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Steve, I own a ton of tech, right? Like tech and energy definitely are my two biggest holdings. So yes, theoretically, I would buy the dip. I think it's a very, very, very unlikely Microsoft even has a dip. Google, on the other hand, I don't own it, but I wouldn't buy it. I think with Google, I still don't like the leadership scenario. Who runs this company? Is it Sundar or is it Sergey and Larry? When these other companies, it's very, very clear who the visionary is, who the leader is, how they're executing. I still think with Google, that top-level structure is very unappealing to me because I think that leads to an inability to make really important decisions. And I think one of the most important times within these technology companies.
But the stock performance would suggest otherwise, though, right? As we said, this goes towards the narrative not necessarily matching up with the fundamental performance of a stock, right? I mean, year to date, Alphabet's up 13%. Over the last year, it's up 50%. So where's the real problem, I guess is what I'm getting at. That's sort of a broader question to everybody, not you, but those who want to criticize Alphabet, even like the Gerstners of the world, right? He criticized it, he sold it, and then he saw the stock pull back, and then he bought it.
Yeah, sure. And obviously, when the information changes, we have the right to change our mind. When I'm underwriting an individual company, if I'm not going to buy one of my ETFs and I'm going to go into and buy an individual company, it comes down to the leadership, right? And so that's why I don't own Google, is like, I don't know who runs this company. And so I can tell you Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Satya and Amy, I can tell you exactly who's running it and what they're doing. You can't say that with Google. And so for me, with my strategy, that eliminates it from my portfolio.